We are live right now. 1 2 1 2. What's up, y'all? It's your man Black D, Blackout Customs, in the building. We having a little sports chat tonight. We have my guest or host or co-host or whatever you want to call it, because we've been doing this. This is our second episode.
Yes,
So
sir.
introduce yourself, my brother, Chill Town.
Man, I'm Chill Town, man. If you don't know who I am by now, I've been here, I've been there, I've been a little bit of everywhere. Appreciate Blackout for allowing me to come over and talk it up, man. Let's chop it up about some sports and just dive right in, man. This is our second go round and hopefully y'all like the last one because we're gonna get some more of that today. And we may have a special guest show up tonight too, from what I hear.
That's my bad if you heard an echo. Hold
No,
on.
don't worry, good. Cracking my adult beverage right now.
I got you. I should have got an adult beverage, but it's neither here or there. We are in the building. Let me check out the chat. I'm just setting everything up over here so I can see comments and stuff
Yes,
like that.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So as you come in the building, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and everything like that. Erica, what's up? Like to see you in the building. Glad you stopped by. Um, and I guess we could just get right into it. It's been 7 days since the first show, and we've had two. I think the last time I seen you, we was at game 2 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, we was I think we was either was we just wrapping up game two or was game two being played that same night.
Well, it was last Tuesday,
That was
so
definitely game two. That was definitely game.
that that was definitely game 2.
Yeah.
So after that, we had Steph Curry with a breakout game to seal his deal as far as finals MVP. Um, he shot, I believe he shot 50% all around,
Yeah,
or close to 50%.
he was about 8 for 16 from three.
Right. That's 50%. And I think he shot about 48 or something, as far as field goals and inside the 3 point. So I would say he shot 50% for the whole night. Came up, showed up in Boston where they needed him to,
Yes.
and sealed the deal.
That was a
Then at,
that was a must have game because it would have been a hard road back if they would have had to come back to Oakland down three. I'm sorry, San Francisco now. They would have had to come back to the Bay down 3 games to 1 versus coming back to the Bay down or tied up. So I think they put themselves in a good position coming back home.
yeah. So as far as the Celtics are concerned, guys played a hell of a game. That was a hell of a game they played. They just didn't do enough. Um, I believe Jason Tatum had like 25, 8, and 11 or something like that. So he put up the numbers, but he just didn't. He didn't go as far as Steph went that night.
Do you think Jason Tatum had enough help that night?
I think I think Marcus Smart dropped short a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but Jalen Brown was balling. Um, I believe they was
I don't think Horford had a good game that night.
yeah. Horford has been off and on, and I think that's the spot where they're missing somebody at.
That's a
So
Go ahead.
I mean, it's like they didn't have anybody in there as far as, and they got in the fourth, I believe, like in the fourth and in the third quarter, they got out rebounded.
Yeah, they've been
Steve,
they've been getting out. They've been getting out rebounding. It's been a rebounding struggle for both teams. I think they just been up and down on the rebounding side. Some nights, Boston will out rebound the Warriors by 12 to 15, and next night it's been the other way around. So it's like rebounding is going to win this series. I can guarantee you that rebounding and these transition buckets is what's killing Boston, man. They can't get out and defend the Warriors on the break. If they slow them down to a half court offense, they might have a shot. But I think the Warriors kind of figured out the Celtics kind of drive and dish, mentality. They cutting off. They started
Yeah,
to cut off Jason Tatum's drives to the right, and they figured out that Wiggins is the biggest challenge for Tatum because he's taller than Tatum.
right. And I think what's coming down to now, what you're seeing as far as when you get into the finals, the Boston's are seeing like they really do not have a natural point guard.
No.
I mean, Marcus Smart is great, um, defensive genius. But as far as distributing the ball and getting these guys into their kind of like into a rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
and then it always comes down to it it goes to the turnovers. These
Right.
guys are doing 16 to 18 turnovers in a game, and in the finals you can't win that way.
And
So
they not like they're not like simple turnovers. They're not like you dribbling the ball off your foot or it's you getting double teamed and you get stripped. These guys are throwing the ball in the stands. They like throwing them to the coaches. The front row celebrities. They just careless with the ball. And
right, they don't have that one person to like give me the ball.
mhm.
I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna get you guys kind of going.
Yeah, and we
And
don't
and
score 20 points either. We just need you to give us 11 and 12 and 10. Give us that.
and
Give us,
another thing I'm seeing is that Jason Tatum is either three or drive to the hoop,
yeah.
and I don't know what happened because in the Bucks series he shot mid range shots and won the series. I don't know what happened. I don't know why do we. I mean, maybe because Giannis is not shooting that many threes, so he doesn't feel he has to shoot that many threes. And
Mhm,
now he's up against Steph and them, so he feels he has to lob them up like that. But I
mhm.
think the mid range game is where he could take it over and actually turn the tables on them. But he's
I
not
think
doing it.
I think him being I think he a shooting guard or is he a small forward? Which one is he?
He's a shoot. He's kind of shooting. I would say a stretch forward.
Okay,
So
I had
you
him at
can
the three. I think he's to me he's in between the two and the three because I can't see him because he's
yeah.
definitely not four.
Nah, he's not a four.
Because that fourth
They,
fourth is the four.
they, he's more like a stretch, and then like if you bring in a small lineup, you can drop him down into the four if you're playing against a smaller team.
Yeah,
But he's more or less a 2-3, and I think that's the problem. It's
yeah.
like he's trying, and then the ball just gets stopped, and they're thinking, and you know what I'm saying. You can't win that way.
They don't have a true facilitator of their offense. And sorry, Jalen Brown is the two.
Yes.
Jalen
Yeah.
Brown is the two, and Tatum is the three. So
Right.
this is why I say that because if he ends up with Clay on him, right, he can back Clay down. He can play with his back to the basket. Whereas if he's got Wiggins on him, he can't face up shoot in front of Wiggins. So he's got to either drive and kick, or he's got to try to beat Wiggins off the dribble. And this last game that we saw, not too what was it last night? Wiggins was cutting his drive off. He knew
Mm.
Tatum was going to his right, and
Wig,
the first two or three games, you saw a smart drive to the basket, kick out. Whether it was to Dylan White, whether it was to um, Horford, it was just a drive and dish party. And I think the Warriors kind of figured that out now. It's like we're not letting you drive. We got our active guards out there now. You got Poole, you got GP2, and you got Stephen Clay. So they got a full rotation of guards that can at least
right.
move with the ball.
And see, the thing is, it's like Jason Tatum is, like I'm saying, he's doing what he's not supposed to do. You gotta, I don't know what happened to the game of basketball,
Mhm.
but back in the day, it was get to your sweet spot, give me the ball, let me
Mhm.
put the, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me get it going first.
Right.
and then I'll move around the court. You know what I'm saying? You know, the heat checks and all that stuff starts flowing in. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The mid range game is I guess it's obsolete now, man.
Yeah, and I would say, from what I've seen so far, you really don't have the Celtics don't really have a true number one. They don't have who is it going to be? Who is the person that the Warriors have to game plan for, right? Do they game plan for Jaylen Brown? Do they game plan for Tatum? They don't have uh I'm just gonna say it now. They don't have a killer.
Right.
They
They
don't.
don't. They and
Jaylen Brown,
I think they need a point guard. I think they need uh a
I think they
real
I think they need a true
distrib
center. I think they
right
need a true center. They need
a true yeah.
a
So
center that can play with his back to the basket and that could
I'm
find Jaylen Brown and Tatum on the move because them driving and kicking that's done. They're not gonna win a game with these last two games left. They're not gonna win a game playing like that at all. At all.
telling you, ISO ball is not. You got to move the ball, man. And even if it's drive and kick, we got to give it the extra pass, man. Get it around and move a little bit faster so you can at least develop a play where you
Yeah.
can get the extra pass. But that's the finals. You know what I'm saying? That was actually 2 games, and now the Warriors are like it's about to seal the deal, man. They're
I
about
think
to
in
seal the deal.
the first show we talked about neither team had won consecutive games, right?
Yeah.
We
So
talked
it's
about
up.
that. So now the Warriors won game 4 and game 5 going back to Boston. And to be honest, I would I think the Celtics took the Warriors' best shot, but I think if Steph goes 0 for I think he was 0 for 8 this past game, that's not
Right.
gonna happen again. That's not gonna happen again. I think him and I think Clay in game 6, which is, his moniker, game 6 Clay, if the Celtics don't figure out, how to get their offense synced up because they was way out of sync in game 5, um, they might be looking at the ceremony happening right there on their floor. But you know me, I'm a pessimist. I'm like, you know what?
I
Let's
believe if they can play a full game and have under 10 turnovers, they
mhm.
can win. They can win.
Yeah, I think they did. I think in game 5, the Celtics did good in the third quarter.
They didn't turn the ball over.
They protected the ball. They withstand. I didn't think the Warriors even had
I,
a real
I
run in the third quarter. But the
yeah,
fourth quarter is when it looked like they just unraveled, man. Wiggins took over the game, and that it's like if your
because the
game
thing,
was to stop Curry and he had a horrible shooting performance, he only had 16 points. You would think that would be enough, but you didn't account for Wiggins going for 26 and 13.
and I kind of blame the coach because fourth quarter, Clay's, they ended you Golden State ends the third quarter with the Poole hits the three, right? And
And off the glass.
I believe Clay hit one or something like that.
Yeah.
But see, this is when you gotta in the third quarter, you still gotta look at these guys and tell them, yo, you guys was down 16.
Hmm.
You're
Well,
only down 2 points right now. You play lights out third quarter. You just gotta play the same way on the fourth quarter and you win the game. But
now,
they got caught up. The crowd,
hmm
and they're looking at like when you look at them walk off on the third quarter, they walked off like they was down by 10.
they was done. I think they looked like they was defeated. Their body language showed everything. And another thing, now if you would have told me these stats before the final started, like yo, Draymond Green is gonna foul out of 3 or 5 games. He's gonna foul out of 3 or 5 games. I would say, you know what? Those 3 games the Warriors should lose. Period. It's like you don't have the core of your big three, basically, right? The one that moves the ball around. He's creating screens. He's doing all the dirty work, right? If
Mhm.
you tell me that they ain't gonna have him he's gonna foul out of 3 games, that's 3 L. That's 0-3. That's 3-1. That's 3 games in the bag. They won 2 of the games that he fouled out of.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He played, I wouldn't say he played a hell of a game last game. He doubled what his production was as far as the game prior to that. So instead of getting 4 points, he got 8.
Mm-hmm.
And
He had 8-7 and I think 8-7 and 6. I think that was his
right,
stat.
so he doubled his production between the games, showed up. He hit some big shots, energy shots, I call them,
Mm-hmm.
when the crowd just takes over. So
Mm-hmm.
they showed up, man, and it's going back to Boston,
Mm-hmm.
and they got to show up. I mean, they've been bad. Their backs been to the wall this whole
They've been in
playoff.
elimination games already, man, and they came back. So, like I said, what I was doing some research today, and it's one of my, topics, right? And I'm struggling to find out, like, if the Warriors do win it, does Steph get the MVP? Do they? To me, right now, it's a no contest.
It's no
The
contest.
only person that could even come close is Wiggins, but I've seen crazier stuff happen, and I actually went back and I watched the 2015 finals with the Warriors and the Cavs.
Okay,
And to be honest, Iguodala stole that MVP from Curry.
I told you guys that.
I don't think he
I'm,
should have. I mean, his stat line versus Steph's stat line in that whole finals, nah, that wasn't it. Steph
it
averaged
was
20. Steph averaged 26 in that finals.
it,
26,
it
7 and 7, I believe it was.
Iggy had key shots. Like I said, he had the energy shots.
Mm-hmm.
He showed up big on that block. Um, and he just played good defense on LeBron. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it was to the point where LeBron put up his numbers were so good that
Mm-hmm.
it was almost questionable on giving it to him when they lost.
Mm-hmm.
You know
So
what I'm saying? So
let me tell you this, and this is one of the reasons why I looked it up, right? Because I wanted to see, because they say the MVP is the most valuable player, right? The
right.
most valuable player. Now, it doesn't say the most valuable player on the winning team.
Win or lose, right?
Now, if I looked across the 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19 finals, and to me, I gotta be honest, LeBron probably should have about 6 finals MVPs by now. Because he was the most valuable as far as to his team. The most valuable player. Like without this player, you get no wins, no competition, none whatsoever. I could think back. I would say LeBron would. He probably had the MVP outside of Kyrie, right? Maybe Kyrie probably should have got that one when they beat the Warriors. However, I had to think back to a couple of other teams that had the best player on the other team. Dwayne Wade, when he played the Mavericks,
Yeah.
right? Dwayne Wade clearly outplayed Dirk. I think Dirk got the MVP, but Wade was killing him.
Mm-hmm.
Braun wasn't even showing up. Even with Shaq and Kobe,
Shaq got robbed a
Shaq
couple of
got
times.
Shaq got a couple MVPs, but I think Kobe probably should have got one of those.
One. Yeah.
I had to think again with the Boston Celtics. I mean, Paul Pierce winning an MVP, and they wouldn't even be there without Ray Allen. You know what I'm saying? I think Ray Allen had a better finals than Pierce. I think they gave it to Pierce because he had the whole sentimental injury. He went out and then they carried him back on the floor. And I'm like, what is this crap?
And
What is
he
this?
was and he was he was the homegrown guy,
I'll give you
Boston. You
another
know what
one.
I mean?
I'll give you another one. The one time I seen somebody outplay Mike in the finals. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Sean Kemp. The
Yo,
Sonics versus the Bulls.
question: is Sean Kemp in the Hall of Fame?
He is not in the Hall of Fame.
We gotta look up. We gotta do a list of guys that should be in the Hall of Fame that we think should be in the Hall of Fame.
Bro,
That's not in the Hall of Fame.
Sean Kemp destroyed the Bulls in that series. Destroyed them. He actually had a better stat line than Jordan did in that finals. And looking at the stats, that was the worst statistical finals that Jordan ever played in. And he still got the MVP.
Damn.
Funny, man. It's funny. I had to do some digging, man. I had to do some digging.
I think the only person that ever won on a losing team is the logo.
Yeah,
Jerry West.
Only one time. Only one time.
Only ever happened one time.
And Braun lost to the Warriors, what, three times? And he was clearly the most valuable player on the floor in all of those finals.
I would say right now, if, say, Boston squeezes out one, they go to game 7, team effort, they still won. Tatum doesn't have a breakout game. Boston wins the championship. I still think Steph should get the MVP.
Yeah, because nobody to me has really stood out as far as the most valuable. Because honestly, I think without Tatum, they could win. Without Tatum, they could win. Without Jaylen Brown, they could win.
Steph has the team on his back right now.
Yeah, well, but if you think about it, it's like this dude had the worst shooting game the whole series, and they still won by 10. They still won by 10.
Oh, the last game.
Yeah,
last game was team effort. Last game was team effort, man.
That's what it's about. It's like I don't know if Jaylen Brown has a bad shooting night, can the Celtics find a way to win? Because the Warriors smacked them around at home, just like the Celtics smacked the Warriors around at home. But it's the best it's the best, it's the best the first 1 to 4 now. It's 2 games left. Show up and go home.
When's the next game?
I believe it's I don't want to say Friday or Thursday. Right. They probably got at least 2 rest days, so because they got to travel. They got to travel. Let me look. Thursday.
All right, Thursday. We'll see.
Thursday's the big day. So I think honestly, if I had to think about why Steph had a bad shooting night, I think it was he might not have been able to get into a rhythm, but I think his foot might have been a little off too.
Yeah, man, he gotta be like, he has to be like kind of drained, man. He needs the days off. You know what I'm saying? He's probably taking like endless treatment and stuff just to get his body back to, you know what I'm saying, being ready to run up and down. Because like I said, Clay showed up last game.
Yes, he
Clay
did.
showed up last game.
Few of them did.
Showed up. Wiggins showed up. Clay showed up. Wiggins showed up a hell of, like, because there was a point where it was just Steph and Wiggins in the game.
Yeah.
And he had to step up.
Because
it was nobody out. It was nobody out there that could shoot.
Yeah, you got.
I don't even think Poole was in the game at that time.
Poole shot a air ball, and that look that Steve Kerr gave him, I was like, man, you about to have a seat next to the coach shooting that crap.
I think he just dribbles too much, and in the final,
he's not a Reggie Miller type. He don't have to wait for a screen. I mean, he can put the ball on the floor, but you shouldn't be out there dribbling the air out the ball with all of those weapons out there.
That's what I'm saying. When he's out there, I understand you got to get in your rhythm, get in, do what you got to get the ball, but it's like you're dancing with the ball a little bit too much. They're blitzing you, and now you're tossing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got weapons all over the floor. At every position, there's somebody that can put the ball in the basket, and you out there trying to, do the Harlem Globetrotter shit. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it.
Right.
But
Yeah, but before that's Thursday night, and we'll see what happens then. And before we get into the next topic,
mhm.
I just want to shout out my peoples in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Um, Shout out to Miss Erica for stepping in the chat first.
Miss E.
We got Sneaker Snacks LLC is in the building.
Yes,
My
sir.
man Skull, yo Skull, look, hold on, I gotta pause it for a minute.
There we go.
Skull, wait, let me get you on camera. They're done. I was supposed to drop them off in the mail today, but I got caught up with some stuff at home. But they're finished. Let me show you how they look. They're completely done. All right, but I'll mail them out.
Cool.
All
Nice.
all I need you to do is, you know what I mean, take some pictures, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. All right, but they on their way, bro. They on their way. All right. Back to the chat. Shout out to my man Pluto is in the building.
Is that Tony?
Is Tony C in the building? Let me see. Tony C in the building. Poodle in the building. You know what I'm saying? And we just chopping it up.
Yes, sir.
So 3 hours ago, we find out that the US government has announced that Brittany Griner has and was illegally detained.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they're putting pressure on Russia, and she was supposed to actually be released, I think today,
Mm-hmm.
but they had a hearing and they're going to hold her for 18 more days. And I believe when those 18 days are up, she will be touching U.S. soil again. All
About
right,
time.
so we got that, and it's about time. I mean, I don't know. Is it? Why was it? This is the question. If did she break the law, or was she illegally detained because she's a U.S. citizen?
Well, here's the thing. The reason why they kept her is because she had some paraphernalia in her luggage,
Okay.
and that's grounds for them to. That's like a catch-22. They can make up a law if they really wanted to, because it's like, if you wouldn't get out of the states with a what you call it, a pipe or whatever you want to call it, a bong or whatever the hell it was, you're not leaving the states with that, right? You're not getting out of LaGuardia or Miami Airport. You're gonna
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
so you damn sure ain't gonna make it out of a situation overseas, you know.
Right.
And they can make up a law. They can have somebody write the damn law while you in the cell, and they can change it on you. So it's like, and I can speak from experience. I've been in the overseas jail before, and
Damn.
it's almost like I don't even care what the hell the law is. Just tell me when I'm going home. You know what I'm saying? When am I going home? When can I expect to go home? And just tell me that. At least let me know I'm going home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for them to go to bat for her, it's a good deed. I think she served her time, because people over here that probably served more time for less stuff that she had. Um,
Right.
so I think it's long overdue. She needs to come home, and she learned a lesson for sure by now. Hopefully,
I want to believe I think she's been in there for 118 days. You know what I mean? So
that's close to
she's
it's a little close to 6 months. That's like it's almost close to 5 months actually. So it's like that's plenty of time.
yeah. It's time for her to come home. So
It wasn't
I
like
just want
it wasn't like she was moving bricks or nothing like that. Come on, man.
right. And speaking on moving bricks,
Ooh,
it's a
nice,
nice segue.
nice segue. Nice segue. Let's talk about my man Montrezl Harrell, man.
Mm-mm.
He got popped on I-75 with some work in the car, man. Got caught with some work. Um, let me see. Actually, the car he claims was rented, wasn't his car. Um, which is crazy. And in Kentucky, no doubt, which is if you haven't done your homework, not you specifically, but if y'all didn't know, Kentucky is one of the top 5 weed growing states in the country, and it's historically known for tobacco. Let's just tell you that, right? So for an NBA star to get caught with that much weed on him, um,
What did he get caught? Did he get caught in Kentucky?
oh yeah, yeah, oh yes,
Mm.
sir. According to let me see, Richmond, Kentucky.
Mm.
Richmond, Kentucky. That don't sound like a place where you should be. Well, he did go to Louisville, which means he's familiar with,
Yeah,
the state.
yeah.
So he,
I actually went to school in Louisville, which is crazy. So I know exactly where he was.
they found 3 pounds of marijuana in his car in vacuum sealed bags on I-75, which means a state police caught you. That means
Mhm.
you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah, because it's kind of like Louisville. I went to school in Louisville. I had to my electrical course that I took was actually certified out of Louisville. So I used to take an online class, and then every 6 months I would have to fly to Louisville
Mhm,
and go into a warehouse where there's like a dummy building and
mhm.
wire up the building, and my professors would check my work and stuff like that.
Right, right.
But I and then like while we was staying in Louisville, the school that I was at, being that they had started this electrical program, they really didn't have dorm rooms for us. So we would float around. When we first got down, they would rent out a whole section of a hotel. Like
Wow.
we still get to use all the hotel facilities, all that stuff. We just couldn't use like room service or anything like that. But we
Mhm.
could go to the pool. We can go anywhere we wanted to in the hotel. And then like what happened was, what was crazy was they didn't know who they was bringing down there. So it's a bunch of people from all over the country coming
Out of
down there.
towners, out of towners.
Yo, these guys are tearing up the hotel. By the time my first visit, I only had to be down there for 90 days. The
Mhm.
90 days I was down there, we was in 4 different hotels because we kept getting kicked out.
Damn. Like
the whole like
all
y'all gotta go.
was it oh, the whole crew was from New York? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They
Nah,
from
nah, nah, nah. They not from New York. Nah, we had guys from Cali. I'm
okay.
talking about just the whole school. The whole school, like whoever was in, because you had electricians. It was a construction kind of thing they was starting. So
Yeah.
you had electricians, carpenters, and plumbers. So if you was in whatever section you was in, we all still kind of stayed in the same dorm. But
Mhm.
they was like guys from all over, guys. And then like the thing that's crazy is, and anybody from Kentucky or Louisville or stuff like that can tell you,
Mhm.
like the drinking is ridiculous. Like,
Well, let me say
li-
this. Kentucky is also known for its bourbon.
right,
You think Jack
dude,
Daniels is from?
dude. When I first got down there, this is the first time I ever seen a drive-through liquor store.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
That's
it was, and then like so we used to get a per diem as well.
oh yeah.
So they
Oh
used
yeah.
to give us money or whatever because we were staying in a hotel. We're not on the campus of the college or whatever.
Mhm.
And like right across from the hotel is a liquor store. They had a liquor supermarket.
Oh my god.
Like it's as big as like a Giant or Costco's or whatever supermarkets in your neighborhood, but it's no groceries in there.
It's just all
Just
liquor.
all liquor. Wines, they got wine section. You can go get kegs. You can go get whatever.
So
Just beer and liquor.
so let me just say this, right? So that's a bunch of y'all. Y'all ain't professional athletes with a multi-million dollar pocket, right? So for Montrez, the cops
Yes.
pulled him over because they smelled the odor of marijuana when they stopped him. So you already know what him and his party was doing when they were driving. So you made it easy for the police to, for probable cause. Let me just start there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you're being charged with trafficking, which means you're on an interstate highway with less than 5 pounds of marijuana. You're trafficking. That's what they charged him with, which is a class D felony for first time offenders. So I'm sure the NBA knows about it now, and
Mm-hmm.
they're probably going to suspend him or fine him, something like that. The team and the league um, for, let's say, conduct, well, violating the conduct code, probably. The league
Is
hasn't said any actions that they're going to take on him yet, but I'm sure Mr. Silva, once he recovers from COVID, um, he is going to probably drop the hammer on Mr. Harrell.
yeah. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to, man. Was this off season, or this is while the season's gone?
This happened. Let's see. He was pulled over on May 12th, which is during the season, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think that's like
January,
almost close to the end of the season.
close to the end, maybe the playoffs. What team was he playing for?
Well, he was on the Charlotte Hornets, and I believe
They,
did they make the
they
play?
this was 2020. I don't think they made the playoffs.
Nah. So let me see. No. This happened this year. This
Oh, it
happened
happened. It happened this.
2022 May 12th. Traveling
Oh,
southbound on I-75.
so what team was he on this year?
He was on Charlotte. He was on
They
Charlotte.
was in the play-in. I think they got knocked out, right?
Yeah.
Of the play-in or something like that.
So he had a small amount of weed on him, and after the search, they found the Ziploc vacuum bags of marijuana, 3 pounds. So I believe his court case is so he's going to
Mm,
be another thing. He's going to be a free agent this summer.
okay. Well,
Which in July, that's free agent season.
mhm.
Well, he could possibly serve in between 1 and 5 years with a fine that goes as high as $10,000. So he's going to be a free agent, which means they're not going to re-sign him.
Yeah. Mike kicking him to the curb.
So he had, yeah, exactly. Hop. He probably had his. That was probably all for personal use because he was.
That's true. He's off season. He went to school in Louisville. He
Mhm.
probably knows somebody that grows out there. And I'm off for the season.
And
I'm
I
gonna turn
seventy
up.
I-75. That's an interstate highway. You on an interstate with pounds on you. So they're expecting that you're trafficking. You're not. That's not your. You got your recreational stuff on you. You know what I mean?
True.
But you in Kentucky. I don't know what that trooper. I know once he smelled that weed, it's like, okay, probably got some more in there. Let's take a look. And pop goes the weasel. Up comes the 3 pounds. So California, you might have been okay. Seattle, you might have been okay. You know,
Hop said he packed it up himself. Said
yeah.
he don't understand he packed it up himself.
I'm sure he probably did. Either he did or he picked it up that way. Um, but he definitely got charged for trafficking. That's for sure.
Yep. That's what you were
Sitting there
supposed that's exactly what you were supposed to do, Hop. You gotta pay somebody to be The fall man. One of
Mm.
your homies got to be the fall man, man.
Somebody got to make that trip, bruh. Come on. He's originally from Carolina, by the way. He's not from Kentucky. He actually played ball at Louisville. But it's hard for me to believe that he couldn't find somebody to make that trip for him. I, I,
That's what I'm saying.
I, there's nothing that would there's nothing that would make me jump in my car, knowing who I am, my stature, for me to get on the road and say to myself, "Yeah, this is a good idea. Let me go pick up a couple pounds and smoke around the car." Probably speeding. Probably speeding. That's probably why they pulled you over.
Rent a car.
Rent a in a rental car. You could have paid. You could have rented a car for one of your buddies and sent them down there. If they get popped for £2, fine. It ain't coming back to me. I'll bail you out. I'll pay you your 10,000 fine. Just do your time and we good.
Mm-mm-mm.
Unbelievable. Now you see why I picked this at the top, because this is not new news of professional multi-million-dollar athletes getting caught doing dumb shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Not nothing new. This is
Nothing new.
status quo. It's every year. Pick an athlete, whether it's baseball, whether it's football, whether it's basketball. There's going to be an athlete that does something stupid, either during the season or before the season starts or right before the season, and somebody's going to do something stupid.
Did you see the baseball player that actually punched the other baseball player over? I think it's like a football bet on like one of the DraftKings bets or something like that. It was like because they started I guess they started the season, I guess, as far as what picks or whatever, as far as
Huh?
like, and something went down in the major leagues. The dude went straight to the bullpen and started fighting
Oh my god!
over
Was
over a bet.
this?
Oh, yeah, I gotta look it up. But
Okay.
on the next one we're gonna talk about, we'll talk about it.
Speaking of baseball, the Yankees and the Mets are in first place. How about that?
I I told Skull the other week that it's looking like we should be heading for a Subway Series.
That would be great. I would love to have that. It's long overdue.
It happened. It happened before. If you didn't know, the
2000.
Yankees, 2000, the Yankees did beat us. And when I say us, because I'm a Met fan, I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in Flushing, New York. I used to walk to the Met games. So, they beat us in 2000. We wasn't supposed to even make it, but
There
we
you go.
did.
Look at that.
Oh, that's a
World
collector's
Series
World
2000.
Series, Subway Series. Okay, so it's looking like it might go that way. You know what I'm saying? But into the next topic,
Okay.
which is we're gonna go back to NBA. We're jumping around a little bit,
Yeah.
but like you said, Harold will be a free agent,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted to talk about because right after maybe the next game, the basketball season will be over,
Mm-hmm.
and that's I guess free agency already started,
Yeah.
or does it start?
Well, it starts next month. Starts next month.
Start next month. So after the finals, we have free agency, and I just want to talk about the top 10 the 10 most intriguing free agents that's out there. So
I'm
you know what
already
I'm saying.
intrigued. I'm already intrigued because I know the list. I know some of the. I'm curious as to who you're gonna start off with.
Well, we're gonna start off with the big boy, and we're gonna take it right to Philly. We're gonna take it to James Harden.
Oof.
Um, James Harden is not actually a free agent, but he can opt out. I think he
Yeah.
has an option, right? A player option,
Yeah.
so he can opt out just to go into the free agent market.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start with James Harden. Do you think? Because he said that he would in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I don't know if he's changed his mind since he's came to Philadelphia. Um, got a little run in the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
with Embiid, and I don't know if he's changed his mind. So do you think he will exercise his option?
He's got another option. He could cross his fingers and he can hope that the Sixers will sign him to a supermax deal, which means he would get potentially 40 to 45 million next season.
And that's just for one season.
Once that 40, like his first year is 40 to 45 mil. Then the rest of the incentives kick in. He could probably make
Okay.
250, 300 if they sign him for the supermax, which means the longest for the most. I honestly don't think um, he would leave that team. I think that team's set up for success. If he gets himself in condition and makes himself marketable to the Sixers, then they'd be dumb to not give him his money and get the most out of him while they can. Because if he goes to another team in the East, he's going to be a problem. I think, whatever team he goes to next, he's a hooper.
Yeah.
He's a hooper. He's not lazy or nothing. When he's in shape, he can hoop. So he's not the kind of guy where you ain't got to worry about his mental. He's good as a free agent. He'll be good if you give him his money. I think he's holding his future in his hand.
Right. I think he'll get and I think he has a good relationship with the owner.
Yeah.
So as far as that, I think the owner will look out and give James, as far as his money. I think he will get his money, and I think we will be seeing James Harden as a Sixer for about the next 3 years, 3 to 4 years.
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
They got good pieces in place to make a run at the championship next year. I think him and Embiid is a good combination, and Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris they're gonna be a problem. And I think they're gonna pick up some free agents over the summer. So he'd be dumb if he left that team. It's a contender. He shouldn't go to a place else where they rebuild.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
ain't
Nah.
worried about being a number one. You know what I'm saying? That's Embiid. So Embiid ain't gonna do nothing to make him better.
I think they're just gonna give him. I think they're gonna give him the money.
They should. I mean, the owner went after him, so it's like, why did you go after him if you didn't plan on keeping him for some time unless he didn't want to be there?
Now the next one, I got a question for you.
Okay.
We're gonna take it to Phoenix. The big man that we all hold on. I just hit something. Hold on.
I know what you're talking about.
The big man that man, I don't understand what's going through Phoenix mind right now. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I'm just trying to get my screen back right here, and my thing is acting up.
I know who you're talking about.
DeAndre Ayton.
Yes, sir. Shout out to
Now
Aaron.
this is the question I have from you.
Okay.
What does restricted mean when we're talking about free agency?
Restricted versus unrestricted. Do you know what an unrestricted free agent is?
No. Well, I guess. Nah, I don't.
Okay.
Because what is an unrestricted free agent?
An unrestricted free agent is free to sign with whatever team they want to.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So a restricted free agent can only be offered a certain amount of offers from different teams.
Okay.
The team can control who you get these offers from.
Okay. So they can control.
Here's the difference. Here's the major difference, right? So if, let's say, the Warriors make Ayton an offer, right? He can't sign with them unless his team can't match that offer.
Oh, okay. So
Phoenix would say, "Oh, okay, the Warriors is offering you this," whereas if you unrestricted, you can just go sign. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You're not locked in with the team. If you're a restricted free agent, then
you
gotta wait to see if your team can match that. If not, then it's adios.
Okay, all right. I got you now. So he just basically, so he's restricted.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to he's probably going to have offers on the table.
I could tell you right now, if Looney leaves the Warriors, if Looney leaves the Warriors, they
Oh Lord, man.
got some players that they can offload, right? They probably wasted their time with Wiseman. If he doesn't get healthy and come back, then it's
Well,
okay. We got to let
put it
Looney go and save some money and go after the long haul for Ayton.
put it this way.
But there's
I
other
think
teams in the West that could use in a DeAndre Ayton right now.
Memphis.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, Memphis big time.
You know what I mean? So I know he's going to have offers. The whole thing is, will Phoenix match it? You know what I'm saying? Will Phoenix match some offers, man? They haven't offered this man nothing yet. You know what I mean? He played it out last year.
He proved by the way he played in the finals against Giannis. I think it goes without saying that Phoenix did have a shot at winning that series. They kind of shit the bed against Dallas in the Western Conference semis.
Right.
But is it worth the long haul, or do you want to see who else you can go get if Ayton decides to go sign with somebody else? If you can't give him the big money, then you got to be ready. You got to have a backup plan.
If he goes to the Warriors, man,
that's the thing. The Warriors should just pay Looney and just have him and Wiseman. I mean, it's like that's a no-brainer. But I don't think the way that team is built, Looney would be a fool if he left. He would be a fool.
All right, so we got number 3.
He's proven his worth already. He's proven his worth. He's worth whatever money is being thrown at him right now.
Yeah, whatever a big man his going rate is, just pay the man. You know what I'm saying? Just pay him. Because even if Chris doesn't stay around, you can build around him and Devin Booker. So you just pay the man.
Phoenix, quite as Kev, Phoenix doesn't have a bad squad. They have
a very good squad.
They got Bridges, they got Cam Johnson, they got Chris Paul, they got Booker. I would say Ayton is the core of their defense. Right? If you get rid of Ayton, it's like you're just a run and gun team now. You got no inside presence. Teams just gonna bang the hell out of you in the West. So you just let your best asset go. And I'm not sold on Booker. Sorry.
I like Booker. I just sometimes, like you said, it seems like sometimes some nights he has that killer mentality, and then some nights it's like he's just somewhere totally else. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just off. So I understand.
Here's the difference. You knew, because they throw the whole Kobe Mamba shit out there. Same with Tatum. It's like, look, bro, you knew when you was facing Kobe that if you didn't bring your A plus game, he's going home. Because Kobe ain't there. You know what you was getting.
Listen, last finals, right? Last game, fourth quarter. If Kobe was in the game, nobody 80% of those touches coming down the court, he's shooting.
Damn right. The ball
until he gets a comfortable lead.
Even Chris Paul would have knew that. If it was Kobe and Chris Paul, even Chris Paul would have knew, bro, I don't need to go for 30 tonight. I got that dude right there. It's my job as a facilitator to get that man the ball and let him do what he do best.
That's it. That's
the difference. And Tatum, that's the way he needs to be. He needs to say, you know what? Marcus Smart, yeah, you can shoot. Dylan White, you can shoot. Horford, you can shoot. Give me the ball. I'm going down shooting the ball 40 times a day.
All he's supposed to tell Marcus Smart is, I'm getting right here in the elbow. When you see me put my back right there in the elk, just give me the ball.
Yeah.
Mid-range shot. He can hit those all night long. I seen him do it against Giannis.
Look, Jason Tatum sent Brooklyn home, sent Giannis home, sent Jimmy Butler home. That's big accomplishments. But and quiet as kept, Poodle chill. I'm not taking it away from Def. I just hear the Mamba mentality stuff get thrown out there, and they different beasts, man. They
Yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
That's
not.
why I said, like, some nights Devin is not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not. You don't know what you're getting.
Right, right, yeah.
If you got a question, if Devin Booker's gonna show up, that ain't Mamba, bro. That ain't Mamba. Same thing with
Oh, yeah.
Tatum.
So we gotta go to what was that, number 3?
Yeah.
We got number 4, which is going straight to the Shy, the home of Mike. We got Zach LaVine. And Zach LaVine, let me see what he's about. I think he's just a straight up free agent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
think he's
is he injured?
he was banged up at the end of the season.
Yeah, they say he was dealing with like a left knee joint, but he came back and kind of ended it fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that Zach LaVine is staying in Chicago?
It's possible. If he's concerned with the money, I mean that's a cliche. If he's concerned with the money, obviously he's looking for whoever's gonna give him the most. If he recognizes the squad that he has there, which is a really good young Chicago team, with Lonzo, and they got some good players that they can build around. But if he wants to go chase a ring and he wants to go jump on a better contender that they are now, like I could see him, he can go to Knicks. He can go to Denver.
I can see him going to Miami,
Mm-hmm.
but can would you, I guess they would have to play small ball because they would have to put him and Jimmy on the floor, right?
And don't forget, I think Hero's a starter.
Yeah, next year. You think they're going to start him next year?
He's a starter, man. He's a starter.
Because they remember he just won Sixth Man of the Year.
Well,
So
that's a sign. They don't need it. They don't need him to come off the bench. It showed in that series against Boston. I don't think. I just think if they would have had, because I think Lowry needs to go.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
honestly, and just a side note, I think Dame Lillard would be a perfect fit in Miami. That's just me. I'm just thinking out loud.
I can see that. What about Zach LaVine in Philadelphia?
Well, they got Tyrese Maxey and they got Tobias Harris. One of them would have to go. One of them would have to go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Be a team that needs a good swing man. A good
because he plays the 2, right?
He's a tweener. He could play. He could play
two or three.
Yeah, I like LaVine's game. He developed his 3-pointer. He's a high flyer. He can be unguardable at sometimes. I think honestly, I think he'd be a good fit, and he'd be a good fit in Phoenix. He'd be a good fit in Milwaukee. There's a couple of Brooklyn, Atlanta, all of these teams that don't have a good swingman.
Yeah. Brooklyn definitely.
Swingman, man.
Brooklyn definitely.
Because he's long, he's athletic, and he'd be a nightmare on offense, man. He'd be hard to guard.
Okay, man. So we got Zach LaVine.
Mm-hmm.
Next one up is Jalen Brunson out of Dallas.
Oh yeah.
So he's a free agent. I mean, I guess he played his way in again some good money. You know what I'm saying?
I love Jalen Brunson's game. He was Temple, right?
Let's see where he came.
Villanova or Temple?
I want to say Villanova.
His pops went to Temple.
Yeah, I think he went to Villanova.
Okay. I love Jalen Brunson's game.
So he's unrestricted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Somebody gonna snatch him up.
So he played his way. Do you think Dallas is gonna? Do you think he's gonna stay in Dallas? I mean,
Dallas.
they just made a good playoff run. Um, why would you rock the boat if they give
If,
you a? I mean, if they offer you something decent.
I think Luka's going to be an exceptional talent over the next 10 years, 12 years, however long you want to go. He could be that Jason Kidd, Steve Nash type player for Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if he was to bounce, he'd be another player that Boston could use because he is a hard nosed point guard that doesn't need to score all the time. He's got
I,
fundamentals. I mean, he played for Jay Wright. He knows that position well. I mean, his pops played it too, so he ain't no
I'm
dummy
looking.
at the point.
I'm looking for him in New York. Just
Luka, right?
just just to throw that one out there.
Y'all got some money left, right?
Hell yeah, we always got money to spend.
I
That's the
think
thing.
he's good if he stays, but he gives up his chance to be a contender. Like,
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah.
So if he's okay with going to a rebuilding squad, I think having him and Jason Kidd, I think that's a match made in heaven, man.
Right. Yeah. So I'm. Yeah.
Here's my coach. I'm staying. Whatever. I'll take a pay cut if I know that. I mean, Kidd was on the brink of taking him to the big dance, man. They just happened to run into the Warriors, so I think they're gonna be a contender next year too, because
And
Tim Hardaway Jr. was hurt. So
you got to remember, Jason Kidd was the one that actually put the Bucks together. So
oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I
So
remember that.
That was Giannis's first coach. You know what I mean?
Didn't he coach the Nets too?
I'm not sure.
Jason Kidd, I think he coached the Nets one time. He coached
Maybe assistant coach or something like that.
I
I don't
remember
think
him
he got head coach.
I remember him spilling a drink on the court. That's what I remember, and I think that was but
that might have been.
yeah.
We got the next one is Miles Bridges out of Charlotte.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a free agent as well.
They got such a good nucleus of players in Charlotte, man.
I think Mike won't let him go. He's a good shooter. You know what I'm saying? He has a good percentage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he has to offer him as much. You know what I'm saying, for him to stay there.
He's a small forward?
Huh?
He's a small forward or power forward?
I think he is. I think he's a power.
I think he could help Memphis out because I think Memphis is gonna lose one of those guys. They're gonna lose probably Desmond Bain, or they're gonna lose what's the other kid's name? Jaren Jackson. One of those guys is gone. They can't keep those guys because they're not gonna. That team's gonna get blown up sooner or later. It's gonna be this season coming up or the following season. I think that team on the cusp of getting blown up. I think
he's kind of like a stretch kind of power forward, so he can play the 3 or the 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of
like he can write his own ticket. I think he's a young player that got a lot of skills under the right coach. Something my spidey senses is tingling, telling me that the Spurs is gonna make a move for some players. So I think the Spurs gonna reach out and start to pull some people in.
All right, so we got a couple of other ones. I don't really, you know, I mean, you're going to see them out there. Like I'm gonna kind of go through like 3 of them real fast. So we got Colin Sexton in Cleveland.
Okay.
I think, you know what I'm saying? I think Cleveland is building right now, so you don't know where this guy might end up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because they're in a they're even though they did compete this year, they're a very young squad, and I don't think they'll be in the same predicament next year. You got oh wait, hold on, let's stop here. We got Marvin Bradley out of Detroit. I think he's a free agent. Let's see where he's at.
No disrespect to Detroit, but if any players on that team got a chance to bounce for some cash,
they gone.
They out of there.
So I think he's playing his way out of Detroit. So
Okay.
I think he will. I don't think he'll be in Brooklyn. Bruce Brown is probably trying to stay in Brooklyn. He's a free agent, but I mean,
They're gonna be loaded next year. They got a full. I mean, they got a bunch of players that was hurt, so they're gonna be back next year.
right. So that's why I said they probably give him a whatever
Year.
contract. He's probably willing to stay around anyway. He doesn't have to put in that many minutes,
Okay.
and he's definitely going to be on a playoff team. And then we get down to the last one, and
Okay.
this is my heart. This goes to my heart, man. Carmelo Anthony, man.
Ooh, hold on. He's not the only Laker that's a free agent next year.
Who else?
Russell Westbrook. He's also a free agent.
Russell is a free agent as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, he is.
Wow.
Yes, he is. You know who else is a free agent? Bradley Beal
Bradley Beal.
and
But I
John
think
and John Wall.
yeah, but I don't think John Wall. They're trying to. They're doing the tanking thing over there because it's John Wall is playing for where Oklahoma
Yeah.
or is it the
No, he's still the
Rockets?
Wizards.
Wait, Rockets?
No, he's still the Wizards. Oh no, wait, no.
No,
Rockets.
no. He's on Houston because
Yeah,
they
Rockets.
turned his. They I think they're in that kind of tank mode
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't want to I think they didn't want to mess up his trade value or his value on what they can get on him or whatever. Because I think he might be a restricted free agent
Yeah, because
or
I
some.
don't think he did he even play last year.
No, they stopped the season because they knew they wasn't going to win, and
Yeah.
they just told him, hey, don't worry, we're going to pay you for the season, and you know what I mean.
He might have a few miles left in the tank. Um, but yeah, he's maybe he's just going for the best money he can get. For a team that's going to at least try to compete.
Hmm.
Somebody could probably sign in for peanuts right now. I think he's on the downside right now. But Melo,
But Melo, do
Melo,
you think? Do
Melo
you
should
think?
for the Clippers and get it over with.
You think the Lakers going to offer him something?
Um,
Another 1 year?
I
Or
think
you?
I don't think that's a bad thing that they offer him a 1 year deal because he was honestly a bright spot for the Lakers. I mean, he wasn't the worst player on the team, but he damn sure
Mhm.
wasn't the best. But you get what you get with Melo. It wasn't like you wanted him to come in and average 25.
I think right now Melo needs and this is my team. This is their management. They suck, but they always do suck. I think they should just offer Melo a little 2 year deal and just let him ride off into the sunset. We throw his numbers up in the Raptors, retires, and we need an older guy on the bench to kind of because the oldest dude on our team is Julius Randle,
Okay.
and well, we got my man from New York too, from Brooklyn. What's his name? I always forget his name, man. Bench player, light skinned bald headed guy.
Was
Um,
that Taj?
Taj Gibson.
Taj
That's the
Gibson.
old Taj Gibson. Well, we got him in Rose.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else is like 20,
Yeah.
23, 24. You know what I'm saying?
He's
We
the
don't have
leadership.
right. So I think they should just give him a deal. Melo come back to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, but I don't think he wants to. Do you think he wants to retire his jersey in Denver?
I could see him retiring as a Knick.
Not Denver, right?
Yeah. Oh, guess who else is a free agent? Victor Oladipo,
Oh yeah, from Miami.
who didn't do jack shit for the Heat in the playoffs.
That what's crazy is
Get him out of here.
why would they give Kyle Lowry more minutes than him? And Kyle
Um,
Lowry was in that shape. But I know. Oh, but he was coming off an injury, wasn't he?
Yeah, but Kyle Lowry hit a lot more clutch buckets in that series against Boston than Oladipo did.
Yeah, he did.
That's for sure.
The series before that, Oladipo did have like I think he had like a 30-point game, had like a crazy breakout game or something like
He's
that.
got a big upside, so which means they need to let Lowry go, see if anybody's interested in him, and make Oladipo the guy up the point, which is really crazy because Oladipo is a scorer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we let Kyle run the offense, or we bring in Oladipo and let him run.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I can't see them getting rid of Kyle for. I think they let Oladipo walk.
Yeah, I can see Oladipo coming to New York.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
believe he played. Didn't he play with Fournier?
Let's see.
Did Oladipo play in
Oladipo was drafted.
Orlando?
Yeah, he was drafted by the Pacers. Then he got sent to Orlando, and then from
And I
Orlando he went to New York.
yeah, I believe he played with Fournier in Orlando. So
That squad was horrible.
yeah, I think. But now with him, if we bring him in, we'll have him quickly backing him up, or
Hmm.
we can start quickly and have him backing quickly up. Um, Fournier as the shooting guard, he's used to playing with that guy.
Hmm.
RJ on the wing.
Okay.
I want to get rid of Julius Randle, but I don't think nobody's. I think we're stuck with him. And as long as um Robinson plays good, I think we'll be in the playoffs next year.
Hmm.
We might make it past the second round. I don't see us going past the third round unless we get a breakout, like a serious breakout point guard that can
Hmm.
distribute the ball and get us about 15 points a night.
Do you think? I would say I would say July. You know, after the finals is over, you'll see some big names getting moved around. I think it's if you look at the list of unrestricted free agents, which means they can take his they can take offers from anywhere and sign with whoever they want.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna see some big names move because they see where the disparity is, like in the West and the East. Like honestly, like after Middleton went down, I think, in my opinion, I think it probably should have been Milwaukee and Phoenix in the rematch in the finals, which is what everybody thought.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but with injuries and people going down, um, Boston might have been some people's dark horse. Warriors, Grizzlies, Mavs might have been some dark horses on the in the West. But these teams are going to be healthy next year.
But
So
the Suns, what the? They was healthy, man.
they're done for next year. They're done for next year. Sorry, sorry, Phoenix fans. You guys are done. These other teams in the West, Jokic was playing without two of his best players.
Mm-mm.
Memphis is playing without Ja. Dallas is playing without Tim Hardaway Jr. You know, and I think old boy in Utah is going to bounce too at some point.
I think. Well, how long Chris Paul got on that deal?
He's not on the free agent list just yet, so I think they may have him for a couple more years.
Yeah, I think it's time for them to move in a point guard that can move the offense a little bit faster than
Hmm.
Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? I I don't know if he's willing to sit on the bench.
If he understands that his window is really small right now to win a chip, he needs to come to grips with that. I think I don't
Cause
even
I
which makes a deep run next year.
cause I can see them running with a faster point guard on the start and bringing Chris Paul off the bench.
You think Chris Paul will come off the bench?
I don't know.
It's that's tough. For a player like I know how hard it was for Melo to come off the bench, but oh my god, it's so it was hard for Westbrook to even consider that shit. He was like,
Yeah,
no,
right. Yeah, yeah. I know.
he
You
was
get to that
like,
point from
Yeah, he's
being
gonna
the
get brought
man
up.
so much.
Start me or get me out of here because I'm not coming off the bench. Send his ass to Portland for for Dame. Send his ass to Portland for Dame. Oh, and I forgot. The New Orleans Pelicans ain't gonna be sorry next year neither.
Oh yeah, Zion is back. Um, CJ is playing out of his mind,
Mm-hmm.
and
Almost
Ingrams.
knocked off the Suns without Zion.
So
Yeah, it's gonna be
they
interesting.
they
I think free
it's gonna
agency
be
is.
interesting.
So,
Yeah, man. So that
so speaking of free agency, let's segue into my last topic, right? So I've been hearing like rumblings and grumblings about the Lakers and who they should get rid of and trade LeBron, trade AD.
Mm.
Doing my research for my topic tonight, and I heard, actually watched the clip. Anthony Davis was bragging about the fact that he hasn't shot a basketball since April, and
True.
and Shannon Sharp went in on him and Skip Bayless's show. Like, why are you proud of the fact that you haven't shot a basketball since April?
True definition of his name. Street clothes, man.
I mean, he hasn't played a full season in the Lord knows how long. You didn't help your team out this year. Yeah, you got a bubble ring, but whatever. Um, but what do you think the Lakers should do with AD moving forward? Is he valuable to the team? Is he a distraction? Or should you just ride out what's left of his contract and get whatever you can get?
Mm. It's hard because you gotta like. Can you even move him? Can you move him? Because I think you can move him, but
Mhm.
you're gonna have to move him with a package deal. So, and it's gonna have to be like kind of like a blockbuster trade. It's gonna
Mhm.
have to be like somebody like Westbrook and him going to some other team. You understand what I'm saying? As a
Right.
1 and 2, and them bringing like I don't know, like how the Knicks got Melo, they open up the whole goddamn franchise and give them
Right.
about
Give up
seven,
all
eight
give up
players.
all your draft picks or whatever. I can't see a team investing in him moving forward. I think he showed what his durability is, what his availability is, and outside of him providing, a, he's responsible for where he is right now. I'll just say that. Whatever conditioning
Right.
program he got going on in the off season, not working. Um, but for the Lakers, it would tell me that if we can't rely on AD for a whole season, let's scrub what we can off the roster and go after a big man that we can rely upon. Now, my mind, I go a little crazy. I'm like, what if Rudy Gobert was in a Lakers uniform? What
Mm.
if? What if we had to get rid of um what's my man name? Spider Man, Mitchell and Gobert to bring in some better players in a group. It's like we need somebody that's gonna protect the middle.
Rudy Gobert. I don't think they're gonna give you Donovan, but they'll give you that shooting guard.
Hmm.
Couple of draft picks, cause you know what I mean, and I guess some cash or some shit like that, and they probably
I
can
just
do it.
found it. I just found it
Cause Utah's not gonna win, man.
not in the next, probably not in the next 10 years. They no way.
They're not making any moves. They think they can still do that old Karl Malone 1 and 2. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Stockton, Karl Malone. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're trying to recreate it, but the way I mean, you can do it, but you really got to build everybody around the team to do it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like you gotta have a real power forward down there with Gobert.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have to. It's not just the point guard coming up and when he defers, he tries to get it in. You gotta work in out.
Mm-hmm.
The power forward, the center, you got to get those guys going. They should be the first couple of guys scoring and going into double digits, and then you work your way out to your shooting guards because it's going
Right.
to open it
Because
up.
the type of player that AD is, he's not. I can't consider him a true center. I can't consider him a true power forward. He's not Hakeem. He's not Tim Duncan. He might be more of a mix between Patrick Ewing and Tim Duncan. He's a good
I
defensive
get,
player. He can shoot the mid-range J. He can shoot from pretty much anywhere on the floor. But the problem is he can't do it for 82 games.
I give him a mix of. Let me see. I would say Marcus Camby,
Mm.
and I'm trying to see like his shooting. Maybe I don't know, but it's I gotta figure out but like the way he plays inside, I
Mm-hmm.
get the Marcus can be kind of like, um,
He can
yeah,
face it.
Chris Bosh when he was
Yeah, yeah,
younger
yeah.
to vibe. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah, he got a Chris Bosh jumper, and he got the Marcus Camby defense. That's a good analogy. But here's the X factor: if he's healthy, he's got Rasheed Wallace as a coach. Maybe Rasheed can say, "Hey, man, I've been watching your tape for a while. This is what you need to work on. Blah blah blah. You need to stay healthy because if he's healthy, the Lakers ain't got to worry about making the play in."
I think if they play old, I think if the Lakers are built to play old school ball and big ball, and I
Mm-hmm.
think in the West they got to be the biggest team in the West.
Yeah.
And I believe if they work in out, if they just go into the game with the whole mindset that we're going to work through AD,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what LeBron kind of promised him when he
Yeah.
came over.
Seek him
You
out.
know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's all about you next. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hand the torch over.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't think and I think it's not panning out that way. And AD just gets frustrated, and any little fall or whatever, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
You know,
If you look at his shooting percentage over these past 3 or 4 years, it's declining.
yeah,
Right. He was a 30, 35%, almost close to 45% 3-point shooter. Like his percentage was high in 3-point. He was like close to 40. Went from 40 to like 25, down to 19. And it's like, how can we even what could we get for you? Teams already
Mm.
know about you. It's like they know you're not, we're not getting 80 something games out of you. So it's like we're not gonna get much for you.
and I think the new coach is talking about as far as conditioning and
Mm-hmm.
keeping them as healthy as they can. So it might be a whole different regimen going on over there in LA, and these guys might come back in shape.
Yeah, I don't think AD could survive under Pat Riley. I don't
Oh
think
no,
Pat Riley was like, look, man, your body fat ain't where it needs to be. We're gonna have to put you on the next thing smoking out of here because you're not
yeah,
holding.
because he would have been bigger. He would have been more muscle mass,
Right.
and he definitely been because that's the I think that's the reason why he gets hurt because he doesn't want to put it seems like he doesn't want to put any muscle on, and
Right.
then when he does get weight, it's the wrong weight that's on his body.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be if he plans on sticking around in LA. If LeBron don't bounce before he do, he gonna be in for a surprise. I think Sheed and Darwin Ham gonna be on his head for the rest of the
yeah,
season. They're gonna be
I think they brought Sheed in for him
yes.
just to give him as far as a regiment and a tough edge about him. somebody to just stay on his back because I think Sheeta's going to stay on his neck.
Yeah, because she's a big nasty, man, and AD, you know, had a honestly, I think his nasty side was in New Orleans. I think he was more of a aggressive rim protector in New Orleans versus what he was in LA, because he was more of a scorer in LA and not too much of a defender. So,
And then the coach, he played against Braun.
hmm
So and then it's just basically kind of like a head game with Braun, like, we need you.
hmm
And you're gonna have to kind of dial it back so these guys can turn it up and we can
right,
move, you know what I'm saying? We all can turn up, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So we don't need you. I think the conversation with LeBron is we don't need you to drop 30 every night. You know what I'm saying? Are you good with staying within, what I'm saying, the high teens and
mhm,
25 or 20 points? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Get your assists up, get your rebounds up. But I think AD needs to take more shots than LeBron.
yeah. I think
And
he should be leading the team, and honestly, between Westbrook and LeBron, AD should be leading the team in minutes played.
right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Because
And
LeBron's going to facilitate. He shouldn't be averaging 30 points a game. He shouldn't be.
mm,
He should be averaging like 17, 12, and 8. Let Westbrook go for 20 and 10, and let AD go for 30 and 10. The ball should go through AD,
and
and
now
go ahead.
I, the key thing is the coach is saying he's going to need Westbrook to turn it up on defense.
Right.
So, do you think we're going to see the Westbrook turn into kind of like a Marcus Smart player with just more jets?
I think Westbrook has always been a good, defender. I've never seen him get um like torch like he was a bad defensive player. I've always known him as a solid. He's not below average. You know what I'm saying? He's not Steve Nash. He's not these point guards that be getting cut up. But I think that Westbrook's athleticism should complement AD. As AD should be able to run the floor with Westbrook, because
Mm.
once Russ gets the ball, he's gone.
Right,
If your
right,
two
right.
options on the wing is AD and LeBron, come on, man. If AD can't make it up the floor, then LeBron will catch the ball and do what he do.
That
So
is true.
unless, and here's what I see a similarity between AD's game and Sheed's game.
Mm.
Sheed was a perimeter jump shooter. He could get down in the block. He could play with his back to the basket. He could turn around and hit a jump shot in your face easy, and then come down and be a nasty on the defensive side. That's the AD that people were waiting to see, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think AD is he's a force on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Because once he and I think once he gets going and he starts stretching the floor, it leaves teams kind of in a limbo and it
Right.
opens up the floor for everybody else, and then it's kind of like a downward spiral after he starts going. But
Yeah.
the thing is, he has to stay on the floor. He has to be on the floor. You got to be in the stadium, man. You got to
Let
be
me
on the
ask you
floor.
this, and this is probably going to piss some Laker fans off. You got three, well, actually, I'll probably say five great Lakers centers, right? I would put Pau Gasol, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt, Shaq, and I would even put Andrew Bynum in that list
Biden stole
over
some good
AD,
NBA money, man.
over AD,
Damn,
over
you
AD.
put Biden. Oh,
Bynum over
damn.
AD at this point. At this point,
Yo, Bynum played so well as a Laker,
yeah,
that he stole. How much did he steal from Philly? Man, he stole so much money from
Ooh.
Philly. It was
But
ridiculous.
that's the thing. He got that money based off of
Man,
what he did for LA.
yeah, it was like because he was supposed he left LA to come to Philly to be the number one guy over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what happened. Either he got hurt or something like that. But he never played. Like he really never played. And he got paid all that money. And got paid all that money.
He's not.
All that
AD is not in the top 5 of Lakers centers all time.
No, he's not. He's
Not
not.
in the top 5.
But how did he make the top 7? That 75 list still fucks my head up, man.
Look, look, that's another topic for another show. Because that, well, first off, let's put the top 50 to the side, right?
Right.
We need to dissect that 25 group of folks that snuck in there. Hey, look, you ever walk through a club? Like, you ever walking through a club and you look around and say, how the hell you get in here? you wearing that?
And I think some of those guys really felt that way because you notice when they did that at the All-Star game, the guys that was all questionable didn't show up.
Yeah.
They was on the video.
You're looking up at the stuff. You see him over there, Mom was just like, how the hell he get on this list?
None of those guys showed up because AD wasn't there.
Huh?
AD wasn't there.
No, well, he should have been. I mean, come on, you got Bill Russell, you got
Shaq.
They look at Shaq like, you ain't even 7 feet.
Oh man, yo.
Like 6'10 and a half. You ain't supposed Hakeem, Patrick Ewing.
Oh.
Like what did you do?
Did Russell Westbrook show up?
I believe he did.
I think he did, but you know that average, that one season, them couple of seasons, averaging a triple double.
Listen. When we do that segment, when we do that show, I'm not arguing Russ. I think Russ put in his work. That man averaged a triple double for multiple seasons on that Oklahoma City team and won an MVP.
Yeah,
you got that, boss. You got that.
That's true. Oh, you froze, chill. My co-host froze. Hold on. Give him a second to come back, y'all. Let me shout out the chat. Yo, Tree, what up? Poodle, thanks for hanging in there. D-Ray, what up? Authentic Ricky, what up? What's good, my dude? You know what I'm saying? Wait for Chill to come back. Let me see if I bounce him out. I don't want to have him stuck there as a freeze, but this is what we do every Tuesday. So if you guys like what you see, I'm just waiting for Chill to come back. Yo, Chill, you froze. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get him out of there. Let me see. There you go. He went out. Let's see if he's gonna come back. But this is what we do every Tuesday. So the next show will be on. We kind of move it from channel to channel. So this week's it's on my channel. Next week it'll be on Chilltown's channel, and we kind of go vice versa. And it's just basically me and Chilltown chopping it up about sports and stuff like that. So you know what I mean. We will be moving into more different topics, but just cause it's the NBA finals, and I think by Tuesday, by the next show, we should know who the NBA champions are. You know what I mean? Because even if Boston wins on Thursday, I believe they'll take 2 days off, which will be Friday and Saturday, and their game 7 probably will be Sunday night. You know what I mean? So by the time we get back next week, the champions will be announced. You know what I mean? So that's why we're the topics are about NBA basketball, NBA, so forth and so on. But after the NBA finals, we still have NBA topics because right after the finals, we will be having the draft, the NBA draft. You know what I'm saying? My Knicks do have two top 10 picks. Is it two? I might be tripping. But hold on, I'm about to check that out. Chill is back.
My bad, my bad. Sometimes my AT&T decides to go on its own little smoke break.
It's all good. Me about the we getting towards that part of the show anyway.
No doubt, no doubt. But I did leave off, talking about the Dwight Howard versus AD 75th anniversary team. I think that's definitely a topic we can touch on, in a future show. But it's definitely something to go over because that's a clear discrepancy for that 75th team.
Yeah, because there's is Grant is not on that team.
Ours Grant is
Grant
not.
Grant Hill is not. Well, we can go on days. I think it's so many names on there. We need to just save that. For,
Look,
you grab a bunch of names.
Steve
I'll
Madden,
grab a
come on now,
bunch of
Grant
names.
Hill. Yeah, we could go forever.
So you know what I mean. Vince Carter.
Absolutely. Manu
Come on,
Ginobili.
Ginobili.
Yes.
I mean, like, but there's we got episodes to come, so we can
Clay,
definitely
Clay
touch base on that.
excuse me.
Clay, Clay is definitely working his way to the 75th. You
Man,
know what I'm saying?
if he get that
But like, but
Jimmy,
like you said, but there are questionable people on there. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? And I can see a bunch. I can see maybe two or three players that definitely should not be on there, and Clay should be on there.
We can
So
I tell you what, for the people that's watching right now, there's let's put the first 50 aside, right? Let's take that 25 and let's redo it.
right,
You,
okay,
let's you and me redo it. That's if you think about it, that's 25. That's starting five players. Okay, so
yeah,
we
we
five
definitely can
teams.
do that. We definitely could do that because we'll get the list of the original 50 because
Yep.
it was a ceremony just like the ceremony for the 75,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just see the 25 that they added on,
Oh
and
yeah,
then we go from there.
absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. I got some homework to do.
No doubt. I like doing the homework for the show, man. It gives
Absolutely.
me something to do. I like researching stuff. I like doing all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? But, I'll be out on the whims and I go on to the other channels and, you know what I'm saying? I like to strum up the stuff for our channel. So, you know what I'm saying? I run the streets. I take a couple of drinks and I shout some stuff out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But,
That's called picking the low hanging fruit, and we'll dice it up.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? And Tree, we're just doing NBA because this is the end of the NBA season. Right after the NBA, we're going to do sports.
Oh yeah,
So we will be moving into football, a little bit of baseball. I don't know how many of y'all are into baseball, but right now the Mets and the Yankees are in first place, which is good for baseball. The Dodgers are doing good.
yep.
There's a couple of teams out there that's doing very, very well. The ain't Atlanta won last year. I don't know where they're not doing that great this year.
Not
You know
yet.
what I'm saying? So not yet. It's a long, and that's the thing about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long season.
Exactly.
So we definitely will touch base on baseball. I'm a golf fanatic, so I will have some golf topics. I know you guys probably don't like that, but that's what I do. And we will be moving into football
That's
because
right.
preseason and
2 months away.
preseason
2 months away from
too.
preseason. Starts in
All
August.
right.
Right there. They're already
Um,
doing OTAs. I'm still getting notifications for my Giants, and football's right around the way. I mean, fantasy football's coming up, so we're gonna have some stuff to talk about when it comes to.
That's what it was. It was the two baseball. Next week we will be talking about it. The baseball player that punched his teammate in the face over a fantasy football Bet.
And
That's what it was about.
for the record, Aaron Judge is on pace to hit 66 home runs right now.
I think we beat them the other night.
Yeah,
No. That's the Yankees. That was the Yankees. I'm thinking about homeboy from the Angels. We tore them up the other night. What's his name?
Ohtani?
Trout. Trot.
Oh yeah.
I think he's over there in the
Ohtani,
Angels.
right? Ain't he the dude on the MLB the show? Ain't he on the cover?
I want to say so.
The Japanese cat.
He might be hurt because the Angels.
I got a topic for the next show. The top 10 best either NBA or NFL jerseys of all time.
No doubt. I like that. We can definitely do that next week.
Definitely some dope variations out there. So definitely something to talk about.
And jerseys are making a strong comeback.
Yes.
Because it's like the resale. I think the resale is just spreading out. That's why the sneakers are kind of going down a little bit, and they're just focusing on different things. Hats are picking up. So if you are in the resale market, hats are the thing right now. And they're a little bit cheaper, but you got to get the selected ones that everybody wants. So
I need to show somebody some love for a video I watched the other day. Shout out to Throwback King. He actually put together a video. It's called the Top 5 Challenge, right? It's your favorite hat, your favorite jersey, your favorite pair of sneakers, your favorite jacket, and your favorite collectible. So if you got a Funko or you got a something that's a collectible, a baseball card, something. He started this whole top 5 movement. I'm actually searching through all my stuff to put a top 5 together. I'm actually going to do a video about it. So shout out to Throwback King for that dope idea.
No doubt.
I think Blackout, you collect Funkos or no?
I got a whole bunch of them over here. My favorite one actually came out last year, and it's like every time I look at that thing, I was like, yo, they really put a lot of work into it.
Yeah. So that's something that I'm working on now. So if y'all subbed up to the channel, be sure y'all go take a look at that because I'm actually gonna pull some stuff to the side tonight and put it together. So shout out to Throwback King for the dope idea.
No doubt. So yo, that's it, man. I salute you, my brother. I look forward to next week on your channel. Like I just finished telling everybody when you was out, we rotate the show from this channel to the other channel. You know what I mean? So next week we will be on channel Chilltown's channel, chopping it up. The same thing, sports, and just me and him going back and forth. I believe you should have a special guest. He didn't want to come on my channel. He says he wants to go on your channel. So we should be having a special guest next week on Chilltown's channel. And like I said, I salute everybody for coming through.
Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, drop a comment. What do you want us to talk about? Because me and Blackout, we talked throughout the week about what topics we want to go over. But if you want us to chop it up about something, drop a comment in this video to let people know what you want us to talk about. We'll gladly chop it up.
Facts. And I do go through all my comments. So just drop a comment. We'll definitely chop it up. I'll throw it on the list of the topics and we'll go over it. So you know what I mean? I salute everybody for coming through. I salute you, my partner, for coming through. I will be seeing you next week. And I'll be chopping it up with you in the chat and all that other stuff during the week. So, we are not. Hey, and before we go, do you have a pickup that you picked up between the last time I seen you? Because we between all of this, it's the shoes brought us together.
Hold on. Since you mentioned that, let me go grab it real quick.
Because I got one too. Yeah, you're here for the top 5. We gonna do a top five, man. We gonna do it, man. Poodle. Oh, so Poodle, you gonna do the top five challenge too? Yo,
I'm a
Throwback King got it going on, man. Poodle, do it.
I'm a hashtag it. So check out the shirt. I got this at a mall in San Francisco.
Shout
It's a
out to the Woo.
shirt with the old school Golden State Warriors logo. You could recognize that.
Look at
Um,
him.
so
Golden State all the way.
if you ever, if you ever, and I'll just ask you this question: have you ever been out and about in a location where one of your favorite sneaker stores are, but you're not out to cop sneakers, but you walk past the store and you see something in there like, I need to get those because I don't have those, and they didn't have them online, so I got a chance to go get them.
Yes.
Okay, so I was up in Oakland over the weekend, and there's a sneaker
Oaktown.
spot there. Yeah, shout out to the town. Um, and I walked past the store because I was going to a vegan spot because I wanted some food. I was hungry as hell, and one of my favorite spots in the Bay is a place called True. It's actually a spot in San Francisco, and it's another spot in Oakland in the town near the lake. And
Okay.
I parked at the vegan spot. I ordered my meal, and I walked past the True spot in Oakland. And I looked in the window, and they had a pair of sneakers that wasn't on the sneakers app.
Mm.
So I said, "Oh, let me walk in there and see if they got my size." So I said, "Hey, yo, y'all got this in my size?" Blah blah blah. My man went in the back, looked it up. Yeah, here you go. You need to try it on? Nah, I know my size. I'm good. Just ring me up and I'm out of here because I got food waiting for me. So I picked up. You might know the box. Right as
Mm-hmm.
hell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, hold on. Does that have the writing like the
It's got the writing just like the Rebellionaires.
Wow,
You see it?
I didn't know that.
Yep. So they had my size. There's my receipt for you people that like the receipts. There's a page.
Yeah, just like the Rebellion there.
So these are the Jordan 1 Visionaires.
Oh, I get
Very,
it.
very, very underrated quality right here because if you look really close, this is actually cracked leather.
Oh, I see it. Kind of like what they're going to do with the one.
Yep. And on the toe box, that's all cracked leather too. So it's similar to the Aubameyang and the what's the other one?
Okay.
Cracked leather. But yeah, this is all cracked leather, man. Even on the toe box, that's all cracked leather right there. It's got that off white tongue as well, like that bone white tongue. And my favorite part is the bottoms are black. And you
Mm.
can just wear these the
You
hell
can
out.
wear them.
You got the regular white laces or bone laces. They got black laces. I just gotta find a way to get this all together because this like all of this here, like you really can't see it, but this is all crack leather.
It's textured, so
It's all crack.
right.
So
It's
that
because
everywhere you see green is crack. It's crack leather. The toe box, crack leather.
the
The mid,
color is so bright that the pictures are so hard. Like you, that's a shoe that you gotta have it in hand.
yeah, I'm gonna because you know what's funny is I wanted to see him in hand before I got him because I was like, I really like that volt and you know that whole touch is dope. I said, but if it's just regular, you know, not even tumble leather, just that stiff leather, I'm like, I'm good. I don't need it. But
Right.
once I held it in hand, I was like, oh shit, it's cracked leather. I gotta get it. So shout out to Nike for not putting those on the sneakers app because they was tough to grab. I
Shout
found
out, man. My pickup. If you guys know me, you know I'm a New Yorker, and I'm an Air Force One guy. New York, we call them uptowns.
uppies.
You know what I'm saying? So I buy a lot of Air Force Ones, and this shoe came out. I'm not sure if it came out on the sneaker app or on the Nikes app, but all the boutiques started getting them this week, and I
Mm-hmm.
picked them up, and it was the Uno
Ooh.
Air Force One. You know what I mean? So it just basically comes in all the colors that's in the Uno box. You know what I'm saying? If you know, the black is the wild card. The
Mm-hmm.
blue, the red, and the green are the other cards. With the white, I guess it's just basically the Air Force One. They did come laced up in the white laces. I put the blue laces in there because
Okay.
they come with the blue. They come with the same colors as the cards. So they
Okay.
come with a yellow, a red, a green, and a blue. And then on the insole, you got that wild card.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
So let me ask you this, Blackout. Do you know another shoe that collaborated with Uno?
No, I do not. Well, nah, I don't.
You
I
sure?
don't.
You
I'm
sure?
sure. I'm
Stay
sure.
right there. Stay right there.
Okay.
This is bonus coverage for y'all. Bonus coverage. So this is why we got good hosts and co-hosts, because it's like we bounce stuff back off each other. So this box, you might notice shoe. Maybe my light is just too bright.
Mm-hmm.
When it focuses in, you'll see it.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yo, but this is part of that pack.
Yeah, did it come with this?
No. Wow.
Pack of Uno Giannis freak cards.
I'm looking
Right?
for that. I'm going to look
Find
that
them.
shoe.
Find them, bro. Find them. I'll tell you why. Look at this. Look at the detail on the toe box.
And it came with the cards.
Came with the cards. It's got his number in the Uno cards.
Oh, the 34. Wow.
And it's also got the Greek logo on the tongue. But you got the 50 on the tongue.
Tongue. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
This is a dope. The only freak shoe that I wanted.
My sons like the freak shoes.
Yeah, this got freak on the
Like
on the mid on the strap. Yeah, man. This is
okay.
They did their thing with Uno, man. I was actually surprised that one. Not only the those Air Force Ones, I did they sell out completely?
The Air Force Ones?
Yeah.
Well, nah, because they actually were online, and I ordered them on Lapstone and Hammer, which is
Okay.
out of Philly. And the day they released, I ordered them. They were when I did order them, they were selling out in certain sizes,
Mm-hmm.
and I got them the next day. Like
Crazy.
literally, I ordered them in the morning. They shipped them out, and they was at the house the next day.
That's a
So
dope pick.
that's
You
pretty
gonna
cool.
do anything with those? Or you gonna leave them as is?
Oh, now I'm not doing anything with these. They got enough going on. They come with all the laces. I can switch them up.
Oh yeah,
They
that's
got the
the thing.
black tips and stuff. So
Yeah, you might be able to find those freaks around, man. They
no, but what I do want that go with the whole pack to the freaks, and
hmm
it looks so comfortable. But the only thing that held me on it was I couldn't see myself paying $150 for a flip flop that costs more than the sneaker.
Oh
They
man.
had they have the Uno flip flop, the Giannis. It's like an Air Force One flip flop that matches this, and they look hella comfortable, but they cost $150. They cost more than the sneakers.
On Nike?
Nah, they're selling them at Lapstone and Hammer in the boutique, so you can get them at Lapstone and Hammer, and you can get them at. I'm not sure if they ever was on Nike,
You
but you
might
can
have
get
to.
them.
You might. Hey, listen. You might have to make something walk the plank, man. In the words, something got to go, man. That's a
Yeah,
must
yeah,
have.
yeah,
I think if you could get the slides, man, that's a summertime pickup right there, man. Something got to go.
yeah.
Something
So I
gotta
think the slides, but I do. So next week, what I'm saying, I did some things. I did make walk the plank.
go.
So for the next show, I will have a pickup for the next show.
Nice.
Um, so that's basically it, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
That's our show. I hope everybody enjoyed what we had and what we gave to y'all tonight. And tune in next week. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, share the video. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Um, and we'll see y'all next week, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all be cool, man. Drink your water, mind your business.
Salute.
Peace, peace.